Hey everybody, Ham here. How's everybody doing today? Working on my broccoli sprouts. I had my little puppy sleeping on my lap, but I had to move so she jumped off. That's okay. So today's video, I want to talk about the process of healing. Healing from any kind of emotional trauma, healing from a breakup, healing from, something that didn't quite go your way and now you're not feeling it. By the way, I'm like tired. I don't know if it's just the lighting, but I look dark. I think it's just the lighting. Anyway, y'all don't judge, right? I don't judge you. You don't judge me. Okay, cool. Healing from things. And then from there, from the healing process, learning to set boundaries for yourself. Like, what's so important about setting boundaries, right? So as I get older, I find myself slowly calming down because you're slowly learning more and more. And I realize that's where the calm comes from, like adults. Like, they've just been through so much that they don't need to, like, necessarily react. They know better by now. And when you're younger, it's hard to control yourself at times, control your emotions, control your reactions to things, right? So how do we gain that calm? How do we gain that sense of self and sense of self-realization and that idea of being present and in the moment and dealing with the situation at hand, which ultimately will make you more successful in life, right? Oh, look, I did my nails. I wanted black. It's the closest thing I had to black. It's like a dark, dark, chocolatey purple. I don't know. But look, they're all covered. They're not chipped, even though I didn't do the best job. Anyway, okay, so learning to heal from things. One thing I know about healing, or that I've experienced myself, is that you can't take shortcuts. Making excuses for yourself is like the biggest shortcut you can make to like burying your head, burying, geez, New York accent, burying your head deep down in the sand like an ostrich again. Oh, hi, Butter. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, anyway. Can't make excuses for yourself. When you start saying, oh, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, my therapist didn't tell me this, my therapist, is telling me this, but I just can't do that. I just don't have time for that. Like, I don't know where I'm going to make the time. Okay, well, one solution to those of you who feel like you don't have time, you don't have time to like make those positive changes, you don't have time to work on yourself or work toward, a better mind frame, is that okay, so what's a way that you can help yourself? Okay, we all have phones these days. We have calendars on our phones and things like that. But it's not something blaring in our face. When we're looking at our phone, we're looking at text messages, we're on Facebook, we're doing all sorts of things. So we're not always looking at our calendar. So what's one suggestion? Buy yourself a big, like poster size calendar, right? Maybe ones with like the time slots, either way. And block in periods of time that you dedicate to doing certain things. So becoming more organized, right? That's step one. And in those blocks of times, clean the kitchen, make my bed, whatever. I'm just making things up. Go to work. Make sure you're blocking time in there for things that are not responsibilities. Brushing my hair and listening to music. Reading the book I wanted to read. Going out and getting a cup of coffee. Going to the club with my friends. Like, all of that needs to be blocked in as well. If you think you're too busy, oh, I can't do this, I can't take time for myself, I can't learn a new hobby, I'm just going to be miserable forever. I'm never going to heal from this trauma. Okay, well, are you just sulking in it? A lot of times it's easier to just stay sad and stay angry because it's what we've been sitting in for so long. But you need to, everyone's like, oh, easier said than done. No, it's not. You just have to force yourself. You're never going to find the solution the first time you do something, the first time you try something. Just like anything else, it has to build. You have to create those layers, and eventually you'll be standing tall. You'll be standing above it all, and you'll never. And it's like it never happened. You know what I mean? You can't even see it anymore. You can only see the future. You can only see forward. So you need to learn to be more patient. And I do have a video down there about patience. It's the key. That key, that word patience, it's the key to being mature. It's like a maturity thing. Realize that all these things take time. All these things take effort. And it's intimidating. I get it. But what's worse than like trying something new is like never getting past it, always being stuck in it, right? Don't allow yourself to like make excuses to now your life sucks because you're not willing to put in a little extra effort. Now I realize this new generation coming up was really, 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 really stuck and built on technology and stuck in these chat rooms and stuck in this and stuck in that. And they don't even know how to be social or communicate anymore for the most part. Unless, not 100%, okay? But I'm seeing that a lot, okay? I do see a lot of young men who were raised, like from the ages of like 24 to like 28, I feel like you guys had a really rough. But I'm seeing people in their very young 20s, like 19, 20, 21. It's like they were raised differently. It's like maybe parents caught on at that point and they were raising them a lot to be gentlemen or something. I don't know. Weird sidetrack thought. Anyway, what I'm saying is forcing yourself to do things that you wouldn't normally do. If you're not a social person, I have all this social anxiety, I don't want to be out, oh my God. Okay. First of all, you're building it up more in your head. Take a deep breath. No one's looking at you. Nobody cares. Everyone's on their own agenda. I can tell you that right now. You going and sitting in a coffee shop in a social situation is doing more for your self-esteem and for you than you could even imagine if you're someone who has a lot really bad social anxiety. And everybody else in that room, I guarantee, doesn't even care that you're there. I mean, maybe you want them to care because you feel lonely, but what I'm saying is if you think everyone's looking at you and laughing at you, they're on their own shit. They're on something else. They're they're doing their own bullshit, okay? Not everyone is judging you, right? So in the process of healing, a big part of it is forcing yourself out of your comfort zone. You've got to break that barrier, like cut through it, break through it, right? And, therapy is great and it's really important for some people in certain stages. And I think group therapy is really great because sometimes you need to hear other people's stories. Group therapy for like abuse and trauma and things like that. I think it's like that's a good time to have group therapy because you're hearing other people's issues and you're like, yeah, I did that too, and then you don't feel alone. That was something that really helped me heal too, some group therapy, as well as coupling it with martial arts. I just forced myself one day to go, and I was so shy for the first 6 months, but it didn't matter because I was building up that tolerance of being around people again. And before you know it, I felt like myself again, and I felt like a better version of myself. I was so much stronger. When you come out, that light that's shining, when you finally feel better, is just the best light you've ever seen in your life. Okay? You can have that happy, healthy life that you always wanted, but you're not going to get it by sitting under your blanket in a dark room. Unfortunately, I know it's more comfortable to do that, but that doesn't promote healing. That doesn't promote like becoming the person that you see inside that you know you can be. Okay, we set these like I can't do that. It's like those are all walls you're throwing up on yourself. No one else is saying that. No one else is forcing that. You're doing that. You know what I mean? You're your own worst enemy, your own worst critic. You have the power to make it better. Okay? So, in healing, the worst thing to do is to bury yourself. You need to force yourself out of your comfort zone. And baby steps. And it's not going to happen overnight, but everything, like I said, is building to the next level. Eventually, you'll be standing so tall, all you can see is the future and happiness ahead. Okay. With healing, in the process of healing, you also need to learn to set boundaries for yourself. You need to learn to say no. And I said this in other videos. No means no, and no also means no, and sometimes it means no as well. When you think you're in a crappy situation, there's nothing wrong with standing up and walking out the door, not saying a word, not engaging in things. If people are, trying to force you to do things that you're not comfortable with, or back into a situation that kind of, triggers you or reminds you of your past that you don't want to be a part of, you need to learn to set those boundaries, block those numbers, don't talk to those people anymore. If someone's like hitting on you and you don't want them to, you don't even have to respond. You just get up and walk away. Okay? Figuring out what works for you and where your wall is as far as boundaries with other people. And it's teaching you respect for yourself. Learning how to respect yourself, respect your body. This person matters. This person has rights. Okay? Don't put yourself in a category of like that you don't matter. Like I'm in that throwaway pile. Absolutely not. Everybody is worth it. Everybody is worth, getting better and having a happy life. Okay? So make sure that you are setting those boundaries for yourself. And if you need help thinking of different boundaries, that might be something that you do talk to a therapist about. Maybe I'll make another video just on, important boundaries to set. But don't let people force you into situations anymore that just don't match up with your morals and your ideals and how you see your life. Don't allow that to creep in, that smoke to creep in underneath your door. Like the first sign of something that's bullshit, get out. The first sign that something's gonna like a bad relationship, the first red flag. Don't give anybody else 3, 4, 5 chances anymore. It's one chance now, especially when you're healing. Give people one chance. If it's your mom, 2 chances, but you know what I mean? Like, really don't give people second chances, especially during a healing process. You are trying to be a better person, and it's just too bad, too sad. That's how it works. Okay? And in the process, like I say, get yourself involved in some kind of club, some kind of activity where you're showing yourself that you can accomplish something. And when I say a club or an activity, not referring to a job, is because jobs, you make money, you have responsibilities. In an activity or something, it's all on you. It's just you, and you're there, and it doesn't matter if you mess up one day or not the other day, and you could slowly watch yourself accomplish something, and something that you really like, and then it brings joy in your life. You know what I'm saying? And then with that, you'll meet people who have similar interests, and then you all have something to talk about, and life is hunky-dory. All right, so good luck with all of that kind of stuff. Make sure when you're healing just to give yourself a lot of grace. Don't be too hard on yourself, but you do have to make those steps. You do have to get out of the house. You do have to just put on that fake smile. That age-old saying, fake it until you make it. Fake that smile until it becomes a real, genuine smile. Okay? I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. You like this little golden mermaid back here? All right, guys. Be well, be happy, be healthy, and I will see you soon. Bye.